I'm Stuart McIntyre, Northern Seeds Manager for Hutchinson's. I'm standing in the Hutchinson's Carlisle store, in the seed store. As you can see, it's empty. We're getting ready for delivery of the spring seed for 2021 season. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, is both availability and variety choice for spring 2021. So looking at the availability in spring barley. Spring barley yields for 2020 were really good this year, right across the board, and usually when the yields are good, there's plenty seed for the following season. I'm not sure that's going to be the case this year. We've seen unprecedented amounts of secondary tillering in the spring barleys, causing a lot of greens. That, along with the wet harvest, has caused some real quality and germination issues. Looking at spring wheat. Spring wheat's always short, it's always challenged, and it'll be the same again this year. Spring oats are the one thing that everybody's reporting has been really short, and likewise spring beans. Spring beans are under huge demand because in the autumn, the winter bean market, there wasn't enough seed to supply the winter bean market, and that's automatically getting swapped into spring beans. So straight away, increased demand. Hutchinson's have already sold over half their tonnage of spring beans. So, looking at variety choice, going back to barleys, if you're chasing the premium market, that malting and distilling market, the varieties of choice would be Laureate, Planet and Diablo. Diablo's now got full approval for both malting and distilling. Planet's the #1 variety. It's been the #1 variety in the UK for the last 2 years, and it's likely to hold that place again this year. If you're looking at just filling the barn, filling your shed, feed variety, those 3 varieties are still really good barn fillers, so Cosmopolitan, Planet and Diablo. Diablo is a little bit of a concern for me up in this area. I think it's a +2 for ripening, and that makes it a little bit late. But still high yield and going to be popular in other areas. The other ones to look at is Cosmopolitan. High yielding once again, good grain quality, stiff strawed, so that's a nice addition. And there's 2 new varieties on the list this time. So there's SY Tungsten and SY Splendor. Both high yielding, fairly good disease scores and grain quality. If I had to pick one or two of them, one of them two, it would be Splendor. It's the highest yielding on the list, and it has got slightly better grain quality than the others. So my picks for this year is Planet, because it's still exceptionally popular, Cosmopolitan and a little bit of Splendor. There's not going to be a huge amount of seed about, but there is some. Looking at spring wheat, Malika, old favourite. It's got that end market, the Group 1 market, so it's going to demand a market share. The other ones is Cochise, Chillum and a little bit of Giraffe. Spring oats, Canyons. Canyons the favourite with the millers, and that's going to be in big demand. And looking at spring beans, it'll be a case of take what you can get because they're that short. So that's an overview of both supply and availability and variety choice. Hutchinson's have got tonnage of the key varieties booked, so speak to your agronomist. Make sure you cover them key varieties early, because some of them key varieties that are selling out, it's important that you get them covered this side of Christmas.